Hello everyone, it's Ryan at West Ham Fan TV. Just going to do a quick little video on all the latest transfer news and all the news over the past couple of days with new deals and departures. So I'm going to go through the transfer rumours quickly. The first one is Vincent Janssen from AZ Alkmaar, 22-year-old Dutch international striker. I have seen him play. He's a good player. You know, he likes to play off the ball, play off the shoulder. Sorry, he creates chances. He can finish. Obviously, I mean, he's got 27 goals in 34 appearances for AZ Alkmaar, so he knows where the goal is. Rumours are that Spurs are linked with him as well, and he prefers Spurs over us. We've met his transfer fee, but it doesn't look like he wants to come, so that one looks a bit dead. The next one is another Dutch player, Robin van Persie from Fenerbahe. When I read this, I was a bit thinking this is typical West Ham, linked with all these like Batshuayi, Lacazette, and then we'll end up with someone like Van Persie. Nothing against Van Persie, we know he's a good player, he's proven in the Premiership. 32 years old, so he's not too old, but wages are going to be too high, and his injury record ain't that great as well. So yeah, I mean, I can't see that one happening. I think the board will look at that as it's going to be too much money for the club. The next one is Ashley Fletcher, the youngster from Manchester United, 20 years old, on loan at Barnsley last year. Obviously come up through the playoffs with them. Obviously one for the future. He's turned down a new deal at Manchester United. So yeah, I mean, he's got potential adding to the youngsters that we've already got. Obviously Bilic is looking for what our squad can be like in 3 or 4 years' time, with obviously Samuelson, Burke, Oxford, and loads of other youngsters that are coming through as well. So yeah, I mean, that looks like it's very close to being done. Should be done by the end of the week. One more player that I just want to talk about quickly is the one that I read ex-West Ham employees column last night. If you haven't seen it, go and have a read. Apart from Jack Sullivan, the club himself, when he says something, you know it's 99.9% true. Olivier Giroud at Arsenal, apparently West Ham are monitoring his situation. Listen, the thing is with Giroud, he splits opinions. On his day, he's a good player, but he doesn't have many on days. I mean, we've seen him in the Euros with France. Him and Payet link up quite well, but Payet puts 10 balls on his head. Giroud only scores one out of 10. But look, Giroud's a good player. Unless Arsenal sign a big name striker, I can't see him letting Giroud go. And if they do let him go, what's the price tag going to be? It's going to be between 20, 25, maybe even more. So yeah, I mean, I think that one's just a rumour. It's good that we're being linked with these sort of players, but I can't see that one happening. The next one, I mean, just before I talk about the next one, the players we have missed out on this week, obviously, one that I mentioned before, the Nicolas Nkoulou, the defender from Marseille, has joined Lyon on a free transfer. Obviously, Batshuayi has joined Chelsea. Obviously, wanted Champions League football, and he's ended up going to Chelsea, who are not even in Europa League. So obviously money spoke there, and that's where we can't compete with Chelsea. They're just going to offer silly, stupid money, and I'm quite glad, really. It shows the sort of player he is, that instead of coming to a club on the up in Europe with a new stadium, fan base, Bilic, just everything about the club, he'd rather go and sit on the bench at Chelsea, because that's where I think he is going to sit for most of the season. And the last one, we speak about him all the time, Alexandre Lacazette, rumoured to be going to Arsenal. Arsenal are going to table a bid within the next couple of days. To me, I still don't think that deal's dead for West Ham. I still think we might have a slight chance of getting him. I think that with Arsenal, we know they don't like to pay over the odds, and I think if West Ham are willing to match the 45 million, maybe sit Lacazette down with Bilic and the board, let Bilic sell him the club, and you know, I think he you know, fingers crossed on that deal, because we do need a 20+ a goal season striker, and he's obviously the man, and everyone wants him at the club. So yeah, we'll see how that one goes. The last signing I want to talk, well, the last transfer rumour I want to talk about It's rumoured that we've got a major signing joining at the end of this week. I believe it's going to be Gokhan Tore. As you know, I've spoke about him for the last 2 transfer windows. I'm a big fan of his. Bilic loves him. I think he's suit West Ham well. I know, obviously, if he joins, we've got Antonio, Lanzini. You know, it's exciting times at West Ham. Will that push Antonio into right back? Most probably. But listen, Gokhan Tore is a great player. I'm sure he'll fit in well in the Premiership. And hopefully that deal gets announced by the end of the week. Speaking of Mikel Antonio, obviously new deals are flying around the last couple of days. Mikel Antonio got himself a new contract, or an improved contract. Obviously got a pay rise after his performances last season. Well deserved as well. Keeps him at the club till 2020. So we're starting to tie a few of these players down. Same with Aaron Creswell today, signing a new improved contract. I mean, he only signed a new one last season, but obviously the board want to reward these players for what a great season we had. And he signed an extension on his deal, which takes him to 2021 now. So yeah, and that goes along with, we've already tied Payet down to a long deal, Adrian to a long deal, Kiate, I still can't get that one right. We've tied him down to a new deal as well. So we're starting to build a good squad, starting to tie these players down. Who's obviously got a future plan for West Ham, and they're all young as well. Payet's 29. We can keep hold of him for the next 3 or 4 years. We'll definitely see the best out of him. Obviously, there's going to be rumours all over the summer up until that transfer window shuts. Personally, I don't think that Payet's going to go anywhere. I think he loves West Ham. The fans love him. Bilic, everyone loves him. He's got a connection with the fans, the club already after 1 season. It's rare that someone settles in as well as he did, and the fans take to him as quick as they have. And listen, hopefully we'll keep Payet. But like I said the other day, if someone comes in with a 55, 65 million pound bid, the board is a tough one. It's a tough one. He's 29, but fingers crossed on that one as well. We keep him. Just before I go, just want to talk about the departure of James Thompkins to Crystal Palace. It was confirmed today. 10 million rising to 12.5, obviously with all the add-ons over the years. Listen, I'm absolutely gutted that Thompkins has left. I can see his reasons. He's obviously a natural centre-back. Bilic doesn't see him as a natural centre-back. He sees him as he'd rather play him right-back. Listen, James Tompkins, got Collins on the brain. James Tompkins, 27 years old. He's been at the club for 19 years. You know, it's a long time. He's from Basildon. He's a West Ham fan. So it must have been hard for him to leave. But at the end of the day, he's a football player. He's coming to probably the peak of his career now. He probably wants to try to push for an England place as well in the next few years, which I think he's capable of. It's just a shame it's not going to be a West Ham. But Thompkins, listen, good luck at Palace. I hope you only have 2 poor games next year, and that's against us. Listen, I love Thompkins. It's put him a noble, a West Ham through and through, and you know it's sad to see one of your youngsters that you've watched grow up and develop. Because the last 3 years, I think he's improved his game so much, especially under Bilic. So yeah, I mean, good luck, Thompkins. You know. So yeah, I mean that's it for all the latest transfer rumours and deals, and I'm sure we'll have a lot over the next few days. So as soon as something happens, I'll be up here with my new flag as well. Still can't. Well, I'm sort of getting used to the badge, but I thought I'll keep the retros and the old badging until the new kits come out. But listen, go and if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to our channel. We've got loads of stuff coming out over the next few weeks. We've got a few videos that have been out. We've got the tour of Stratford and the pubs, which we've got more to come out over the next couple of weeks. We've got the tour of the stadium shop. If you haven't seen that, go and have a look at that. We have a little. We look like 2 kids in Toys R Us, me and Nicky, walking around, big smile on our faces. But no, listen, like I said, leave your comments below on this video. Let us know your thoughts on what I've spoke about. Who do you think we should sign? Who do you think we should get rid of as well? Is there anyone else you want to see leave the club? So yeah, I'll leave that there. I'm Ryan at West Ham Fan TV. Thanks for watching this video. Come on, you Irons.